In the words of Epictetus, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This is not a story. This is a blueprint. 1 week. That's all it takes. 7 days of complete alignment between what you think, what you say, and what you do. 7 days of rejecting excuses, eliminating distractions, and living with the intensity of someone who knows their time is limited. Transformation is not found in promises. It is forged through decisions. Real change is not gradual. It is earned through daily action. This is a system rooted in Stoic discipline, built to reshape your mind, body, and identity. You will not return to the person you were. That version of you will become a memory. In its place will stand someone hardened by practice, sharpened by thought, and unshaken by circumstance. This process does not require talent. It requires commitment. It does not require permission. It requires responsibility. In 1 week, you will rebuild yourself from the ground up. Each day delivers a lesson. Each day demands action. At the end, you will see a person who moves differently, speaks with clarity, and lives on purpose. Your new life does not wait for the right conditions. It begins right now. Day 1. Destroy comfort and fantasy. Change begins when you remove the layers that block clarity. Before any meaningful progress can take place, the causes of delay must be identified and stripped away. Comfort and fantasy are common sources of delay. They interrupt growth. They create distance between what you know must be done and what you actually do. They feel harmless but have long-term effects on your discipline, attention, and identity. Comfort weakens resolve. It tells you that hard work can wait. It encourages convenience over commitment. It rewards you for inactivity. It creates excuses to delay responsibility. When you live in comfort, the mind softens. It becomes easily distracted and resistant to challenge. The Stoics saw comfort as a danger to self-mastery. Seneca deliberately practiced going without to build inner strength. He would sleep on the floor and eat simple meals, not to suffer, but to remain grounded in discipline. If you depend on ease, you become fragile. If you avoid discomfort, you reduce your capacity for resilience. Fantasy detaches you from action. It builds imagined futures without the required behavior to reach them. It gives you the feeling of movement while keeping you stationary. You visualize the outcome, but do not confront the necessary steps. This weakens your drive. It creates a loop of anticipation without engagement. Each time you daydream about a result without acting on it, the distance between your imagined life and your current life grows wider. The mind becomes comfortable with this cycle. It rewards itself through the simulation of success. You envision yourself already disciplined, already accomplished, already respected. This mental reward comes without earning it. It leads to false satisfaction. You tell yourself you are preparing when you are avoiding. You tell yourself you are planning when you are hesitating. You read about change, listen to advice, and collect strategies, but you do not move. This passive consumption replaces deliberate effort. This habit is destructive. It trains your brain to value the illusion more than the work. You become more attached to ideas than to reality. The longer you stay in fantasy, the more difficult it becomes to build momentum. It makes your ambition vague. It replaces structure with distraction. You keep rewriting goals, switching directions, and searching for perfect plans instead of picking one path and walking it. The correction begins with exposure. You must confront the exact shape of your daily life. You must study the habits that keep fantasy alive. Begin by reviewing your waking hours with total honesty. What is the first thing you do when you wake up? How quickly do you move into responsibility? Do you delay action through comfort rituals? Do you substitute a sense of progress with scrolling, daydreaming, or overthinking? Now observe your mid-morning routines. Are you maintaining focused work blocks, or do you drift between tasks without completion? Look at your meals. Do you eat with awareness, or do you consume in response to emotion or habit? Track your evening hours. Are you using that time to reflect, to organize, or to improve? Or are you numbing the discomfort of the day through entertainment, snacking, or digital escape? Identify where fantasy appears. It may look like long planning sessions with no follow-through. It may look like frequent declarations of your future without any movement today. It may appear as constant adjustments to your schedule or routines without real execution. Recognize these patterns. They are symptoms of delay. They keep your progress frozen behind intention. Now act with precision. Disrupt your usual habits. Wake up without delay. Walk directly into a task that demands attention and focus. Skip anything that provides comfort before effort. Remove sugar, screens, and passive content for the day. Make your meals simple. Make your movement intentional. Replace choice with commitment. Remove optional behaviors and insert strict behaviors. Let discipline simplify your day. Clear your space entirely. Discard items you have not used in months. Delete saved articles, saved posts, and saved videos that you told yourself you would review later. You did not need them. They were distractions. Remove apps that drain attention. Clean every surface in your room. Take control of the environment you live in. When your space reflects order, your mind begins to follow. After this, sit down and write a personal record. Detail the patterns of your old self. List every behavior that maintained fantasy. List every excuse that prevented execution. List the justifications you used to delay action. Write them out with accuracy. Give them no defense. Then destroy the list. Burn it. Tear it. Erase it. This is a signal to yourself. The habits you tolerated are no longer accepted. Now commit to movement. Do not wait for motivation. Do not ask how it feels. Move. Complete tasks without internal debate. Finish what you start. When you feel resistance, act faster. Let action be the answer to doubt. Let clarity replace hesitation. You do not need a perfect plan. You need a pattern of execution. Let discomfort rise. Feel the withdrawal from ease. Notice how often your mind asks for a break, a treat, or a distraction. Do not respond. Each ignored craving sharpens your discipline. Each small victory builds inner control. You are not running from comfort. You are building independence from it. You are conditioning yourself to rely on choice rather than impulse. You are not punishing yourself. You are reclaiming authority. You are no longer waiting for life to align. You are building alignment through structure. You are training yourself to operate in difficulty. You are proving that you do not need ideal conditions to perform with strength. This process is the foundation of all serious growth. Without it, change cannot hold. Progress collapses under inconsistency. To make change durable, you must become someone who acts without delay, who lives without clutter, who works without distraction. You must become someone who keeps commitments even when ease presents a way out. Let today be exact. Follow through on everything you commit to. Speak less. Do more. Eliminate what has no use. Pay attention to where you stall. Correct immediately. Replace fantasy with focus. Replace comfort with precision. You are not preparing to begin. You are already building. By the end of today, you will have trained yourself to detach from distraction. You will have moved with intention across your day. You will have replaced passive patterns with directed effort. This is the base for momentum. This is the first layer of identity reconstruction. You are now moving. Continue. Day 2. Discipline the body. Your body is the first arena of self-control. It is the foundation for how you operate, move, and respond to the demands of life. If you cannot direct your body with clarity, you will struggle to direct anything else with consistency. The body becomes either an asset or a liability. If neglected, it becomes slow, tired, and reactive. If trained, it becomes sharp, strong, and responsive. The Stoics viewed physical discipline as a key part of virtue. They trained the body to build tolerance, durability, and clarity. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the body should serve the mind. It should obey decisions, follow commands, and stay resilient in the face of difficulty. When the body weakens, the mind becomes overburdened. Energy fades, focus drops, emotional regulation becomes more difficult. The cost is not just physical, it is mental and spiritual. The body is a system. It must be maintained with order, restraint, and consistency. Physical discipline teaches you to regulate inputs and outputs. It forces you to deal with resistance, to observe where you hesitate, and to build strength through repetition. You learn to push through discomfort, control impulses, and repeat structure with accuracy. Each of these outcomes strengthens self-control and develops the ability to act regardless of emotion. The Stoics treated the body as a tool of the will. Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort to train detachment. Epictetus reminded his students that if they wanted self-mastery, they had to start by mastering their body. If the body is reactive, the mind will suffer. If the body is trained, the mind gains freedom to focus and decide without distraction. Your body becomes a measure of your commitment, not only to health, but to personal order. Physical alignment is the act of structuring your external actions around your internal principles. It is not a trend or an expression of preference. It is a deliberate model. You decide how your body will move, when it will move, and how it will recover. You remove randomness from your habits. You insert deliberate routines into your day. This is how your behavior stops reacting to emotions and begins reflecting clear standards. Movement is not optional. It is a non-negotiable. Walking restores energy, improves circulation, and clears the mind. Running builds endurance and increases resilience under stress. Lifting weights develops power and physical control. Stretching maintains flexibility and prevents slow breakdown. Physical training improves circulation, sleep quality, attention, and mood. These are not side benefits. They are necessary functions for a stable and useful life. Start your morning with movement. Stand, stretch, and walk. Move your joints, wake the muscles, activate the nervous system. Even 10 minutes has effect. It is not about volume, it is about consistency. If mobility is limited, adapt the activity. Swim, bike, or use resistance bands. If you are older, walk outdoors and practice basic strength drills. Movement does not ask for permission, it asks for consistency. Lock in the time, protect it. Designate a training hour. Make it the same each day. Remove variables. Eliminate negotiation. Begin with bodyweight movements or structured strength training. Track your output. Do not skip the session. Anchor your discipline around it. Use this time to prove to yourself that your actions are based on direction, not feelings. Food is fuel. It is a strategic input. It must support clarity, energy, and endurance. Eliminate what slows you down. This includes sugar, processed snacks, fried foods, soft drinks, and excess caffeine. Replace them with whole proteins, healthy fats, vegetables, and water. Plan your meals. Eat with purpose. Do not eat out of habit, boredom, or emotion. Avoid screens while eating. Focus on digestion and awareness. Your energy begins with what you consume. Hydration supports everything. Begin drinking water early in the day. Keep a bottle near you at all times. Avoid drinks with added sugar or chemicals. Monitor your intake. Dehydration affects mental sharpness, physical performance, and recovery. Make hydration part of your identity. Let it match your seriousness. Posture reflects internal clarity. Train yourself to sit upright, stand tall, breathe deeply. Avoid slumping into chairs or leaning into screens. Posture is a mirror. The way you carry your body influences how you think and how others perceive you. Walk with purpose, sit with poise. Let your physical stance reflect internal order. Expose yourself to manageable strain. Use cold showers to strengthen breath control. Fast during controlled periods to build restraint. Hold positions longer than is comfortable. Add extra steps to your walk. Push your limits gradually. These practices build tolerance. They help you function under stress. You are teaching your body to remain steady when comfort is removed. This creates spillover into pressure, challenge, and resistance in life. End the day with simplicity. Use light movement, breathing exercises, and screen-free time to wind down. Go to sleep on a schedule. Let your environment support deep rest. Avoid food before bed. Dim the lights. Remove mental stimulation. Sleep is not the absence of effort. It is structured recovery. It resets your energy, memory, and hormone balance. If you treat sleep with discipline, your day begins sharper. Your physical system thrives under rhythm. Train, eat, hydrate, move, rest, repeat. Build habits that do not require willpower to maintain. Remove friction. Design your day for smooth execution. Every repeated action forms the identity of someone who lives by intention. A weak mind blames the body. It looks for excuses. A trained mind commands the body. It leads with structure. Confidence rises with every completed session. Mental clarity improves with every clean meal. Discipline grows with each night of deep sleep. You begin to expect consistency from yourself. You learn to rely on your system. Discomfort is feedback. It shows where you slow down, where you doubt yourself, and where you give up too early. Use it as a guide. Each exposure builds a new threshold. Each test expands your ability to stay calm, act decisively, and complete difficult work. Challenge is training. Strain is a signal to advance. Track your actions. Log your training, food, hydration, and recovery. Use data to guide improvement. Spot patterns. Make corrections. Progress should be visible and measured. If you can track it, you can improve it. If you avoid measurement, you rely on guessing. Serious results require serious accountability. This day builds your physical identity. It establishes a model for how you interact with your body across every context. Training, eating, resting, and carrying yourself. You are not expressing an idea. You are implementing a physical standard. Your body is no longer operating under random behavior or reaction. It is now responding to structure. Every movement, meal, and rest period becomes part of a framework you control. This foundation removes the need for motivation. It replaces uncertainty with protocol. You are exchanging passive habits for conscious discipline. You are reducing reliance on mood and increasing reliance on routine. The process you are developing does not depend on inspiration. It is driven by alignment. You act because it is required. You show up because it is scheduled. You move, eat, hydrate, and sleep based on need, not emotion. You are also shaping how others experience your energy. A trained body walks into a room differently. It holds eye contact, it stands with intention, it communicates readiness. When the body is trained, posture improves. Movement becomes precise. Presence becomes calm. People recognize structure before you speak. Discipline leaves an impression. It becomes part of how you are understood without needing to explain yourself. Consistency in physical behavior strengthens the feedback loop of progress. You train and you recover faster. You eat clean and your focus sharpens. You sleep well and your body repairs itself effectively. You move with purpose, and your confidence builds. These effects compound. Each completed action reinforces belief. Each repeated habit makes the next decision easier to execute. Physical identity is about durability. You are building the ability to function under pressure. You are removing the dependency on perfect conditions. You are training your nervous system to remain calm under demand. You are building the capacity to show up regardless of difficulty. This is a transferable skill. It does not stay limited to workouts or food choices. It becomes part of your entire operating system. By the end of this day, the work you have done will be visible in your posture, your energy, and your sense of control. You will have aligned physical effort with internal purpose. You will have followed through on movement, meals, hydration, and recovery with no external pressure. You will have completed a full day of action rooted in clarity and intention. That completion builds confidence. That confidence becomes part of how you carry yourself tomorrow. Let this day be your physical reset. Use it to benchmark how you want to live going forward. Use it to design your standard. You are not hoping to become disciplined. You are proving that you already are. Let your results show it. Let your rhythm continue. Let it lead the next phase of your development. Day 3. Rewrite the mind. The mind is a pattern machine. Left unchecked, it repeats thoughts based on emotion and habit. It does not analyze, it loops. These loops become identity. The thoughts you allow today will guide your actions tomorrow. If you want to break old behaviors, you must first interrupt these mental patterns. Today, you do that. The Stoics believed the mind must be trained like a muscle. They practiced observing thought without reacting. They treated mental impulses as impressions, initial signals, not commands. Epictetus taught that these impressions must be tested. Do they align with reason? Do they support action? Or are they echoes of fear, ego, or habit? The untrained mind accepts every thought as truth. The trained mind evaluates each one. This process separates instinct from intention. Begin with writing. Each morning, document your thoughts without filter. Look at them clearly. Identify recurring complaints. Write down the beliefs that appear automatically. Ask yourself where those beliefs came from. Ask if they are useful. Then rewrite them. Take a judgment and replace it with an observation. Take a complaint and replace it with a strategy. This turns journaling into mental correction. It helps you clean your internal language. This is not emotional venting. It is structured thinking. The goal is to identify the architecture of your mind, what it defaults to, what it avoids, what it repeats. Once you see the patterns, you gain the power to change them. This is cognitive discipline. This is mental hygiene. Guard your inputs. The mind mirrors what it consumes. If you feed it noise, it becomes scattered. If you feed it clarity, it becomes sharp. Limit access to anything that pushes reaction. Turn off alerts. Mute distractions. Replace reactive content with clear information. Read books that make you reflect. Study ideas that reinforce principles. Let your environment match your direction. Structure silence into your day. Use it as a reset point. 5 to 10 minutes of stillness. No noise, no scrolling, no reacting. Just breathing, sitting, and noticing. This practice slows the mind. It shows you the pace of your own attention. If your thoughts are frantic, silence will reveal that. If your thoughts are clear, silence will confirm it. Speak affirmations with intent. These are not declarations of fantasy. These are commands. Use the same phrases daily. Keep them sharp and behavioral. I act with discipline. I direct my focus. I complete my work. Repeat them as training. Say them in the morning. Say them before a challenge. Say them when doubt appears. Let your voice lead your mind. Build attention as a daily practice. Choose a task and stay on it. If the urge to check something appears, observe it, then continue. Set timers if necessary. Train your focus like you train a muscle. Begin with short blocks. Gradually extend. Attention builds with use. It fades with neglect. When fear appears, breathe deeply. Identify exactly what the fear is. Write it down. Define it clearly and avoid exaggeration. Observe how it affects your body, your posture, and your breathing. Do not distract yourself. Do not suppress it. Sit with the fear. Label it with precision. This is the first act of reclaiming control. After you name it, take one deliberate action toward the thing you fear. This could be making a call, speaking up, committing to a task, or standing still in discomfort. Each time you act through fear, you reduce its control. Fear shrinks when it is confronted through behavior. It grows when it is avoided through delay. This is the method of turning anxiety into courage. The more often you repeat this, the more natural it becomes. This training must be repeated each day without exception. The mind is like water. It will flow toward the lowest point unless shaped by a container. Your container is discipline. Without consistent reinforcement, the mind reverts. It defaults to ease, to habit, to emotional reaction. Discipline is the return. You will drift. You will become distracted. That is not failure. That is the signal to return. See the drift. Correct the direction. Reset your focus. Continue. Do this without guilt or hesitation. This is how correction becomes normal. This is how structure becomes familiar. Track your thoughts with the same attention you give your physical habits. Keep a written record. Log your daily dominant thoughts, your emotional patterns, and your internal responses. Look for repetition. Are the same doubts repeating? Are the same complaints appearing? Write them down. Build a system for observation. Identify which thoughts increase clarity and which reduce it. Mark the ones that trigger hesitation. Note the ones that encourage action. Your aim is not to control every thought. Your aim is to create awareness and consistency. Mental order is built the same way physical order is built, through tracking, evaluation, and adjustment. A disciplined mind does not follow its first reaction. It observes, evaluates, and responds from principle. It notices emotion but does not let emotion decide. It sees discomfort but continues anyway. It measures thoughts by utility. Does this help or hinder my goal? If it hinders, it is removed. If it helps, it is repeated. The disciplined mind is not cold. It is structured. It is designed to serve purpose. It holds itself to a standard, not to comfort. By the end of this day, you will have practiced deliberate thought correction. You will have written clearly. You will have separated what supports action from what delays it. You will have repeated your mental protocols: awareness, stillness, action. You will have reclaimed your internal space. You will have started forming the habit of clarity. This becomes the base layer of mental strength. It does not depend on emotion. It depends on structure. The disciplined mind is the commander. It issues clear instructions. It corrects quickly. It leads your behavior. And it is built through daily use. Sharpen it constantly. Rely on it fully. Let it lead everything else you do. Day 4. Own your words and presence. Speech reveals the structure of your thoughts. Presence reveals the structure of your beliefs. The way you speak shows how clearly you think. The way you carry yourself shows how seriously you live. The Stoics practiced control of speech. They saw unfiltered talk as a sign of weakness. They trained themselves to pause before speaking, to weigh their words, and to let silence carry meaning when words were unnecessary. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, reminding that most talk is either unnecessary or driven by ego. By removing unneeded words, the truth gains strength. Refine your speech today. Speak slower than usual. Remove filler sounds and vague expressions. Say what you mean and stop when you are finished. Do not explain yourself unless required. Do not justify basic decisions. Let your tone match your intent. Speak directly. Speak clearly. Let your words be shaped by purpose, not by pressure. Do not fill silence just to appear confident. A person who rushes to speak often signals insecurity. A person who waits, who lets space exist between words, shows command. Learn to become comfortable with silence. Use it as a tool. It creates tension. It demands attention. It forces your words to carry more meaning. Silence sharpens language. It helps you learn to listen fully before replying. Pay attention to the way others speak. Study their patterns. Notice the pacing, the tone, and the choice of words. Listen for reaction-based speech, words spoken without thought, driven by habit, emotion, or performance. Many people speak to be seen, not to be understood. Much of modern speech is shaped by the need for attention or validation. It seeks to entertain, to provoke, or to fill silence. This kind of speech lacks clarity. It weakens presence. It shows a scattered mind trying to hold control through noise. Observe how often people talk without clear purpose. They comment to feel involved. They interrupt to feel important. They speak to maintain image or avoid discomfort. You will see how much energy is wasted through this behavior. You will hear exaggeration, self-justification, and avoidance of silence. These patterns are common. Your job is to build the opposite. Your speech must cut through noise. It must carry direction. It must show that your thoughts are formed, stable, and active. You are training to remove the excess. You are choosing deliberate language over random expression. You are selecting stillness over forced speech. You are aiming for sentences that finish strong and leave no doubt. When you speak, others should hear purpose. They should understand that your words are a result of thought, not reaction. Now shift your focus to your physical presence. Before a single word leaves your mouth, your presence has already sent a message. People draw conclusions quickly. Posture, movement, and stillness are read instantly. The way you enter a room sets the tone. If you walk slowly, distracted, or without awareness, it communicates hesitation. If you stand with poor alignment, you communicate fatigue or passivity. If you fidget, adjust constantly, or shift your weight, it signals internal disorganization. Presence is not decoration. It is expression. It shows your level of internal discipline. Every gesture, every pause, and every step is part of your message. A strong presence speaks silently. It tells others you are composed, that you are intentional, and that you are not easily moved by external pressures. Train this as a skill. Begin with posture. Stand with your shoulders back and spine aligned. Keep your neck straight and your gaze steady. Sit as if someone were watching. Eliminate soft posture from your day. When you catch yourself slouching, reset immediately. Teach your body to stay ready. This creates endurance. It helps your nervous system remain alert without tension. Presence is not achieved by one adjustment. It is built through constant reminders. Walk with control. Each step should have purpose. Avoid dragging your feet, bouncing or swaying. Plant each foot with awareness. This keeps your energy centered. If you need to stop, stop completely. Stand still without shifting. When you pause your body, you sharpen your influence. People pay closer attention to stillness than motion. Sit with purpose. If you are seated in conversation, avoid slouching back or folding in. Sit forward slightly, with your back straight and feet planted. Let your hands rest calmly. Avoid tapping or folding your arms. These physical cues show readiness. They reduce distraction. They keep you present. They also influence how seriously others take your input. Practice stillness throughout your day. Set brief windows where you remain physically still while working, listening, or thinking. Use this to train breath control and posture awareness. If you feel tension, release it consciously through slower breathing and minor adjustments. Stillness is not stiffness. It is relaxed command. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. Look directly at yourself in the mirror. This is a diagnostic tool. You are not checking your appearance. You are reading your expression, scanning for hesitation, and studying your alignment. Practice holding eye contact with yourself. Train until it feels stable. This improves your ability to maintain eye contact with others without overthinking or rushing. Examine how your face rests naturally. Is your expression tight or loose? Does it appear stressed, unfocused, or distant? Correct it by relaxing your jaw, softening your brow, and holding a slight neutral focus. This trains you to be read clearly. A clean, grounded expression builds trust before you speak. Adjust how you listen. Presence is proven during listening. Turn your entire body toward the person speaking. Look at them fully. Hold your posture. Remove unnecessary motion. Let them finish completely. Avoid cutting them off or rushing their point. Nodding should be limited and purposeful. Show full focus with your eyes and body. Then when you speak, be precise. Use words that match the weight of the conversation. Show that you listened through clarity, not through volume. Volume control is critical. Speak at a steady, audible level. Avoid sudden changes in pitch or loudness. Raise your voice only when the setting demands it, not to express anger or dominance. Let your stability set the emotional tone. Avoid sarcasm, as it creates confusion. Avoid exaggeration, as it reduces credibility. Speak exactly what is meant. Do not add what is unnecessary. Refine your tone. Avoid trailing off or rising in pitch when making statements. Speak in complete sentences. Let your voice reflect your decision, not your mood. Tone is often the difference between being heard and being ignored. Let your tone match your message with sharpness and steadiness. Every environment becomes training. When you enter any space, scan it. Walk with alertness. Pause briefly to ground yourself. Then move deliberately. Find your place. Sit or stand with intent. Avoid looking lost or rushed. Hold your items with control. Avoid looking at your phone as a crutch. Keep your awareness open. Your physical behavior shows what you expect from yourself. If your actions are loose, others will assume your thoughts are unclear. If your posture is casual, others will treat you casually. If your speech is scattered, others will match that energy. Set the tone by anchoring yourself. People respond to what you project. They take your presence as instruction for how to relate to you. Gestures should match speech. If your hands move, make sure they emphasize meaning. Avoid repeated or disconnected movements. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides or resting calmly. When you raise them, do so with purpose. When you point, do it with care. Movement should strengthen communication, not distract from it. Use calm breathing as your anchor. Begin by focusing on your breath in moments of transition, stress, or decision. If your heart rate increases due to pressure, anxiety, anticipation, or overstimulation, return immediately to your breath. Breathe through your nose to slow the rhythm. Inhale deeply until your lungs are full. Hold the breath briefly. Exhale slowly and fully. Repeat this cycle with full attention. Each controlled breath signals the body to reset. It improves posture by lifting the chest and aligning the spine. It slows reactive speech. It sharpens thinking. It gives you time to choose rather than react. Breathing is not just biological, it is strategic. It regulates your presence. It influences your voice. It shifts you from reactive to composed. Make breath control a tool you access during every interaction. Use it before answering questions. Use it before standing up to speak. Use it before you enter a room. It will calm the nervous system and prepare the body to respond with accuracy. Controlled breathing keeps your energy grounded. It prevents you from speaking too quickly or moving too sharply. It helps you resist external noise and keeps your internal rhythm steady. Test your presence in regular interactions. These are your training grounds. Whether speaking to a stranger, entering a space, joining a meeting, or replying in a conversation, treat each as a setting to refine yourself. Speak directly. Form sentences fully. Avoid rushing. Let each word serve a clear purpose. Let each pause demonstrate comfort with silence. Stay composed. Avoid touching your face, fidgeting, or adjusting clothing. Keep your hands calm. Sit upright. Plant your feet with awareness. Each movement sends a message. Each still moment builds gravity. Presence becomes visible through consistency. Use pauses to claim authority. When someone finishes speaking, wait a moment. Let silence create space before your reply. Then speak. This shows you are not driven by urgency. It shows your words are chosen. It trains others to listen with full attention. It also teaches you to be deliberate with every response. Speaking slowly builds clarity. It reduces filler language. It shows that your thoughts are measured. When you pause before replying, you own the moment. When you move without rushing, you extend control into the environment. Let your tone reflect your direction. Speak with a voice that holds weight. Avoid nervous inflection or rising pitch. Speak in full tones. Do not trail off at the end of sentences. Project your words forward. Speak as if what you are saying matters. Because it does. Your communication is your structure made visible. Train your tone to remain even in tension. Let your voice carry the same message as your posture, clear, centered, and unshaken. This practice is not a performance. You are not presenting a version of yourself. You are training your baseline. You are becoming someone who does not need to display confidence because confidence is already present in every detail. You are shaping a standard for how you enter, how you sit, how you speak, how you respond. This is not for the sake of others. This is for your own alignment. When you speak, people will notice the weight of your clarity. When you move, they will recognize the strength of your restraint. When you are silent, they will feel the command in your stillness. These adjustments build composure. They align your internal signals with external behavior. They unify your thoughts, posture, and language into one coordinated form. This removes confusion. It stops mixed messages. You begin to respond instead of react. You are no longer pulled by mood or habit. You are guided by internal consistency. Nervous habits fade. They are replaced by deliberate actions. You do not fidget, explain, or chase reactions. You do not need attention to feel valid. You do not ask the world to notice you. You move with clarity. That clarity becomes visible in how you stand, how you speak, and how you respond to pressure. Each decision now reflects a standard. Each interaction becomes a chance to apply control. You are no longer consumed by trying to prove worth. Your presence communicates strength without words. You speak without rush. You listen with full attention. You enter a space with posture that commands respect. You hold yourself to an invisible code. It is shown in how you breathe, how you move, and how you choose to act when no one is watching. By the end of this day, the results of your internal work will show in how you carry yourself. Your tone will be calm. Your gestures will be minimal and exact. Your movements will be steady. Your reactions will be slower, more calculated. These shifts are not performance. They are signs of real change. You are practicing regulation. You are showing discipline in action. You are not presenting an image. You are holding a structure. The difference is clear to those who observe. You are no longer guessing how to be. You are expressing what you have trained. Your posture will match your principles. Your words will follow your intent. Your timing will show your control. You will notice fewer mistakes in speech. You will speak more clearly and end each sentence with completion. You will wait before replying. You will choose stillness when unnecessary movement tries to return. You will carry the energy of someone who is prepared. This becomes the daily evidence that your identity is shifting. This is structure made visible. It is not something temporary. It is a model you can repeat. It functions without needing to be forced. It is not driven by inspiration. It is activated through rhythm. It becomes the default. It removes wasted energy. It creates room for deeper focus. You can apply this same structure to other areas: your work, your fitness, your conversations, your leadership. It is not limited to one setting. It travels with you. It becomes part of how you live. Carry this standard with you into each environment. Hold your line whether you are in solitude or surrounded by noise. If others speak carelessly, do not match them. If others rush, do not speed up. If others posture, do not join them. Let your pace stay grounded. Let your rhythm stay clean. Do not adjust your clarity to meet confusion. Let others respond to your structure. This is how you lead without needing authority. This is how you build respect without asking for it. You show by how you operate. Let your communication remain precise. Do not wander into excessive words. Do not pad your speech to make others more comfortable. Say only what is needed. Speak when it serves the moment. Stop when it no longer does. Let your body reflect the same sharpness. Sit with clean posture. Walk with deliberate weight. Stop with awareness. Each of these becomes part of your message. Each reinforces the image of a person who is aligned and unshaken. This level of discipline shapes how others perceive you. People respond to order. They notice posture, tone, and presence more than words. They watch how you enter a room, how you greet others, how you pause before speaking. Your habits send messages. If your breath is calm, they feel your steadiness. If your silence is intentional, they sense your depth. If your posture is firm, they see your self-respect. Without needing to say anything, you show who you are. This is the outer result of inner regulation. It is the external layer of your self-mastery. You are no longer pulled by pressure. You are no longer manipulated by noise. You have become deliberate. You have become exact. You have removed the randomness that once governed your presence. You have replaced it with a pattern. That pattern now leads how you speak, sit, and respond. This is how self-respect takes form. It no longer stays trapped in belief. It becomes behavior. It becomes visible. Others recognize it even before you say a word. Discipline is no longer an idea. It becomes a felt presence. It is understood without needing to be explained. You are becoming the kind of person who is taken seriously because your entire way of being reflects structure. This is how you become known. This is how you become respected without needing attention. This is how you are remembered without trying to stand out. Your presence leaves a mark. Your words carry weight. Your actions align. Your structure holds. Speak with precision. Move with clarity. Hold stillness with control. Breathe with purpose. Each behavior shows the value you assign to yourself. Each one is a reflection of internal alignment. Let this day be your example. Let it guide how you act in all conditions that follow. Let this pattern become the way you carry yourself without needing effort. Let it become the baseline of who you are now becoming. Day 5. Become a creator. Consumption dulls the edge of the mind. It numbs focus. It delays purpose. Creation sharpens it. Creation requires decision, attention, and clarity. To create is to wake up your potential. It is to resist the passive drift that pulls so many into cycles of watching, scrolling, and reacting. It is the shift from being shaped by the world to shaping your place within it. The Stoic path is grounded in active participation. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning that his role was to fulfill his function, to serve, to contribute, to do the work of a human being. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." The Stoics did not admire idleness. They trained for effort, for usefulness, for consistent contribution. Thought without action was never enough. Creation is how you exit the cycle of passive existence. It does not require talent. It requires choice. You do not need permission to begin. You do not need a grand vision. You only need the discipline to bring something into the world that did not exist before you moved. Today you will create. The form does not matter. What matters is the commitment to build rather than consume. Write a page, make a list, organize your workspace, fix what is broken in your environment, build something functional or beautiful, design a schedule, refine a system, solve a lingering problem, clarify a process, improve a tool you already use, teach someone something you know, record, design or construct. Choose one thing and finish it fully. You do this without reward. You do it to build proof. This is your structure made real. It is an act of responsibility. It is evidence that your day was not wasted. When you create, you leave a mark. You become a contributor to the world around you. You engage your attention. You train precision. You move from concept to execution. This is how self-respect grows. Through proof, limit your input to the minimum required for output. Do not read 10 articles to avoid starting one draft. Do not watch tutorials as a reason to delay a project. Take what you need and build. Most people reverse the ratio. They consume endlessly and create rarely. Invert this. Your output must exceed your input. Every hour spent in creation deepens your presence and raises your standards. Track your time. Use a timer or journal to record how your hours are spent. Are you solving? Are you building? Are you completing? Or are you collecting, scrolling, and imagining? Audit this without emotion. See it as data. See it as feedback. What gets measured gets improved. If you do not track your creative effort, it becomes too easy to fool yourself into thinking you've done something when you haven't. Let your creation speak. Avoid discussing your plans at length. Talking about what you might do often replaces the need to actually do it. Action communicates more than intention ever can. Each piece of real output, an email sent, a system cleaned, a workout logged, a task completed, adds weight to your identity. These are not just results. They are affirmations of your direction. They remind you that progress is built, not imagined. The Stoic does not boast about their plans. They live them. Epictetus warned about those who talk too much about philosophy and live too little of it. He taught that wisdom is proven through behavior, through how you use your time, through what you build with your attention. To be a producer is to be alive to the present moment. It is to stand in reality and shape it directly with your hands, your mind, your energy. You are not trying to impress. You are trying to contribute. You are not trying to appear useful. You are being useful. Creation builds clarity. When you face the blank page, the empty room, or the disorganized system, you are forced to make decisions. You learn to simplify. You learn to prioritize. You learn to finish. These are transferable skills. They apply everywhere. If your output remains unclear, simplify your creation into a single daily metric. One clear thing completed. One task finished with quality. One thing improved by your effort. Track that number. Let it compound. By the end of a week, you will have 7 completed actions. By the end of a month, 30. This is how you build a new track record, through single, repeatable action. You do not need to wait for inspiration. Begin in silence. Begin while unsure. Begin while slightly tired. The act of starting sharpens your clarity. The act of working builds your rhythm. You will never feel fully ready. Start anyway. The value is in the process, not in the feeling. Consistent creation reshapes your identity from a consumer of life to an active force within it. If you fail to create, notice the resistance. What stopped you? Distraction, doubt, lack of clarity. Write it down. Study it, then act anyway. Resistance is a map. It shows where effort is most needed. Your job is not to eliminate resistance. It is to move through it without delay. Action is the cure for hesitation. Action dissolves uncertainty. Creation is also how you recover direction. When the mind is scattered, when motivation fades, begin again by doing something useful. Fix a drawer, write a sentence, delete something unnecessary, organize a file, reset a space. Any act of creation returns you to purpose. It brings order. It builds momentum. Today is not for planning, it is for doing. Stop collecting ideas and start applying them. Stop imagining outcomes and start generating them. What you build today becomes part of your identity tomorrow. Let your creation define you. By the end of this day, there must be something in the world that exists because you made it. That is your task. That is your test. That is your training. You are not waiting. You are producing. You are not dreaming. You are building. This is the Stoic way. Day 6. Systemize your power. A new identity must be built on structure. That structure must be repeatable. Identity is not formed through temporary emotion. It is formed through daily execution. Power is found in reliable systems. Freedom is the outcome of consistency. When your actions follow a stable pattern, your mind becomes clearer. You reduce wasted effort. You move with purpose. Build a daily rhythm that eliminates hesitation. Wake up at the same time each morning. Eat your meals at fixed hours. Train at a set time. Reflect in the same window every evening. This structure reduces the number of choices you make. You no longer ask yourself what to do next. Your day runs on rails. This removes distraction. It limits drift. It keeps your mind focused on action. Track 3 behaviors every day: your wake time, your physical training, and your creative output. These are anchors. They show whether you are living in alignment. At the end of each evening, record what happened. Do it without emotion. Did you wake at your set time? Did you complete your training? Did you create something meaningful? This is data. Review it without excuse. Each morning, recommit to the same 3. Small decisions create large effects. A fixed morning removes chaos. A scheduled workout maintains momentum. A daily act of creation preserves direction. Together, these form your daily rhythm. They give your identity a frame. They allow growth to become cumulative. The longer the system is followed, the stronger its effect. What was once effort becomes automatic. Automation is not laziness, it is mastery. It is the removal of debate. It means your system acts before your feelings interfere. Lay your clothes out the night before. Set your water on the counter. Write your next task before going to sleep. Prepare your meals early. Organize your space to support execution. Reduce friction at every point. This makes the path forward smoother. This eliminates the trap of waiting for motivation. Your energy must be preserved for action, not constant decision-making. Use checklists. Use timers. Use repeated alarms. Each tool is a reinforcement. It keeps you within the boundary of discipline. It protects you from drift. People who appear highly productive do not rely on willpower. They rely on systems. Their life is designed to function without delay. This structure holds your new identity in place. Without structure, discipline fades. Without repetition, nothing becomes stable. Systems give your values a form. They make philosophy visible. The Stoics believed in living with clarity and action. That means removing unpredictability. That means aligning your daily habits with your highest goals. Audit your day. Where are the weak points? Where do you lose time? Where do you stall or break momentum? Identify the friction points. Write them down. Solve them. Adjust your system. Do not rely on memory. Build tools. Use whiteboards, journals, or apps. Whatever removes clutter and enforces behavior. Repetition reveals your seriousness. Anyone can act once. Discipline is doing it again and again without needing praise. Each day that follows a structure is proof that your identity is becoming solid. This is how confidence grows. Through consistency, through order, through the quiet repetition of decisions that serve your long-term strength. By the end of this day, you will have moved within a system you built. You will have followed a rhythm. You will have tracked the right metrics. You will have acted with less friction. This is how you start to stabilize power. This is how freedom is achieved, not by escape from structure, but by alignment with it. Let the system carry you forward. Let it remove doubt. Let it become the default. Let it lead. Day 7. Reinforce and forge ahead. You are no longer the person who began this week. Your standards have shifted. Your routines have sharpened. You have proven what happens when focus replaces drift. This progress must not fade into memory. It must become a foundation. Identity is not created through short bursts. It is created through consistent reinforcement. Begin this day with review. Sit in silence. Reflect with full honesty. What did you change this week? What decisions were new? What disciplines were sustained? Identify the moments that required more strength. Identify the ones that exposed weakness. Write them down. Study them with the same attention you gave to action. Next, study your systems. Where did your routines hold? Where did they break? What triggered a loss of momentum? What protected your focus? These answers form the next version of your process. Adjust with precision. Remove weak links. Strengthen what held firm. You are not just maintaining, you are upgrading. Plan the next 7 days in detail. Choose your wake time. Set your training block. Define your creative goal. Pick your reflection window. Write it down. Set reminders. Remove guesswork. Let structure support you. Let your calendar mirror your discipline. This is how you create forward motion without mental exhaustion. You now carry momentum. Let that weight push you forward. Do not pause to admire it. Use it. Apply the same force to harder tasks. Direct it towards solving deeper problems. Your confidence has increased because you followed through. Build on that. Convert confidence into action, not celebration. This is not the moment for reward. It is the moment for sharpening. A sharpened blade cuts faster. Raise your standards. Audit your last 7 days for small signs of drift. Sleep delays, skipped notes, slow starts, reduced effort. Isolate them. Replace them with exact solutions. Systems are strengthened through pressure. Let this week be your baseline, a new floor, not a peak. From here, effort becomes expected. You no longer need to explain your discipline. It is visible. You have data. You have consistency. You now know what 7 days of clarity feels like. Multiply it. Enforce it. Do not lower your standard based on mood or environment. Imagine 7 weeks with this level of control. Imagine 7 weeks of daily training, clean nutrition, focused writing, silent reflection, and consistent wake times. Each habit becomes identity. Each identity shift creates a new capacity. The person who lives with discipline becomes capable of doing more with less effort. The future is shaped in repetition. Now imagine 1 year. 1 year of standards held without interruption. 1 year of refined systems, tracked inputs, and disciplined behavior. You would not recognize the person who began. your body, your mind, your presence, your decisions, they would all reflect a higher calibration. 1 year is built in single days. The week you just lived is proof. This is the path. This is the rhythm that reshapes your direction. You no longer drift, you steer. Each morning is an anchor. Each task is a test. Each evening is an audit. This is not temporary, it is repeatable. This is the core of discipline. Do not wait for a reset. You do not need another program, plan, or perfect schedule. You need to continue with precision, with intensity, with calm. You already have momentum. Preserve it, guard it, reinforce it. Use it to climb forward. Track the next 7 days with more detail. Sharpen your checklist. Set tighter rules. Build in margin for deep work and silence. Use systems to remove friction. Use your structure to stabilize behavior. Use your review to enforce growth. By the end of today, your plan should be written. Your next cycle should be clear. Your mind should be steady. This is not maintenance. This is expansion. You are not returning to old patterns. You are building stronger ones. You are not finishing. You are reinforcing. This is how discipline becomes character. This is how values become behavior. This is how results become identity. Speak less about what you plan. Continue to prove it in execution. Let this day close with clarity. Your habits must match your goals. Your goals must be tracked through action. Your actions must be refined by review. This is the system. This is the path. Do not pause. Continue the work.